wavelet can be denoted by psi of t in general. So it is simply a function of time that obeys a simple rule that is known as the wavelet admissibility condition here. Here we can denote it here capital C suffix psi given as the integral 0 to infinity for mod of psi cap of omega divided by omega d omega to be less than infinity here. So this is the mathematical representation of the wavelet admissibility condition here. So this condition is denoted C suffix psi expressed onto the right hand side here. The most important notation on the right hand side is psi cap of omega. So as you know, omega is the representation of the angular frequency. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. Psi cap of omega is the Fourier transform representation of the wavelet, and the above condition that we have expressed in this equation, this ensures that this psi cap of omega, the Fourier transform representation, will go to the 0 quickly as we have the angular frequency omega reaching or approaching to the value 0 here. Actually, to guarantee this particular one, that this condition C suffix psi should be less than infinity, we must impose this Fourier representation for the psi cap of 0 to be equal to 0, that is equivalent to the representation in integral form minus infinity to infinity psi of t dt to be equal to 0. Now along with this condition we have the secondary representation also that can be imposed onto the wavelet function, that is concerning the unit energy. So as we have the energy computation, we must have the integration minus infinity to infinity mod square of, it should be psi of t only, there should not be denominator, here it is the typo mistake here. You see, there should not be omega and here it should be t, mod square of psi cap of t dt, this should be equal to 1 here. So along with the primary and the secondary condition for the wavelet representation psi of t, we can regard this to be the property of wavelets associated to the continuous wavelet transform, the representation here. So I think this is enough for this particular video. By the next video we shall be having a switch from continuous to that of the discrete domain here. So more practically, while working with the help of the wavelet tool, we will be dealing with the discrete wavelet transform.